back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So, as we know, Nicki Minaj is dropping her album March 27th, 2026. Yesterday, she decided to change her profile picture, and she also decided to post on her bio and Instagram the brand new incredible album. The big one, it's time, okay? So that's what she said yesterday. But there's a cat. Titanic Records wants Cardi B to release a deluxe, okay? And they want her to drop the deluxe next year. They trying to get Cardi B to drop after Nicki Minaj drops her album, since Nicki Minaj announced that she would be putting out her album the week of Cardi B's album coming out, the I Am Ugly album. So they feel like, Nicki Minaj was trying to sabotage Cardi B, so they are going to try to sabotage her album, okay, and have Cardi B put out a deluxe either right before Nicki drops or right after. Let me know how y'all feel about that. Here's the thing. I feel like Cardi B only thrives when she's attached to Nicki Minaj. That's the only time she really thrives. Notice how everybody's kind of paying her diss tracks dust. Like the Pretty and Petty and Magnet record, it don't have the hype of a Red Ruby, of a Piss, because she has to diss Nicki Minaj on a record. She would have to call out Nicki on a record for it to get a lot of streams. Her calling out JT, Bia, Akbar, whoever, nobody cares. So the only way, in my opinion, Cardi B makes any noise musically is if she's dissing Nicki Minaj. Okay? If she's not going after Nicki, nobody cares. And I think she knows that. That's why she was trying to start beef with Nicki Minaj before her rollout. And, when Nicki was going after Doja and SZA, she was like tweeting, oh, go to the park, go to the gym, go outside. She was tweeting stuff, trying to get a rise out of Nicki Minaj, and Nicki Minaj paid her dust. So the only time Cardi B will actually ever do big numbers, go straight to number one, go straight top 10, sell more than Nicki Minaj, is if she's dissing Nicki. Other than that, people don't care. Now, fans are also talking about Champagne Thickums a few weeks ago posting a Nicki Minaj picture, but it was like a throwback Nicki Minaj picture. A lot of people think that Champagne Thickums will be on Nicki Minaj's album titled allegedly Onika for the next era. Let me know how y'all feel about that. Absolutely, positively no. Champagne Thickums does not need to be working with Nicki Minaj anymore. Okay? I don't care how y'all feel about it. Y'all be gassing Champagne Thickums up in the collaborations, and then every time they fall flat. Okay, the last good collaboration, other than like probably Seeing Green, was probably Moment for Life between Nicki and Champagne Thickums. Okay, the collaboration on Pink Friday 3, Needles, I did not like that collaboration. And I think that Champagne Thickums really don't mess with Nicki like that. Every time they work together, he don't ever promote it. But he promoted the Essential C collaboration. He promoted the Scratch Off collaboration, the 21 Below Average collaboration. But when it comes to Nicki, he don't promote it because I believe he really don't mess with Nicki like that. And I just think Nicki needs to distance herself from Champagne Thickums and stop allowing him to use her. Now, moving on from that, Doja Cat is currently flopping on the charts. V received 8.6 million streams on Payola 5, down 33% on September 27th. And unfortunately, a lot of Doja Cat fans are a little bit worried about this era. Here's my thing with Doja Cat and, Doja Cat fans. I think realistically, part of the reason why she's flopping is because of Dr. Puke. If you guys remember, Dr. Puke was on Planet Her, and even though he didn't write and produce anything on the album, according to Doja Cat, he was stealing credits. He definitely helped her get radio play. He helped her get her streams increased, okay? He probably gave her that Paylify deal. Now, with that being said, I also feel like Doja Cat lost some of the barbs, and I think a lot of the barbs were supporting Doja Cat, and that's why she's flopping now. I think that's partially the reason why. I think what really hurt her was when Nicki Minaj exposed Doja Cat for not being on the Cowgirl song. Once she did that, I think that also made people not like Doja Cat. The racist chats definitely affected Doja Cat's career. Definitely her going back and forth with her fans affected her career. But I definitely feel like it's a consumption of different things. I just feel like Doja Cat makes really good music. It sucks that this era is such a chop because I do like some of the songs on the album. But I think with Doja Cat, she did it to herself. You were saying this type of music that you're making now, the pop rap stuff, whether it's an 80s theme or not, you were saying that was cash grab music. Okay, so now you back to making the cash grab music, but it's not really grabbing the audience like it used to. Okay? You ain't gonna be cashing in like you used to because you're not doing the same type of numbers. But let me know how much y'all think Doja Cat gonna do first week. I think she'll do with per sales 80,000, 90,000 max. Okay, first week, no shade. Now, moving on from that, Cardi B fans are not happy with Nicki Minaj. They feel like she is shading Cardi B. And also they're calling out Ken Barbie, botch face Ken Barbie, saying that he is a paid mole. Now, Nicki Minaj posted her own GIF on, I think, X, and a fan said pushing 50, mind you. Okay, so they're mad that she was posting her stats and also posting her own GIFs on Twitter. They felt like she was shading Cardi B because Cardi B was telling the fans all week to bookmark tweets and the fans were gonna gag. But I don't see any of Cardi B fans really gagging. No shade. Now, Nicki Minaj retweeted a post that says, "Sorry, Camel Face, we win again. Resorts World won with all 6 votes." And then she also tweeted, "Casino." Okay, now this is because Camel Face lost his bid to the community board in New York for the casino that he was trying to make. But Nas was able to get approved for the casino bid. Okay, now I got the real tea behind the scenes on what's going on with that on Patreon. Link would be in description. Then she also retweeted that Pink Friday 2 remains the biggest first week for a female rap album this decade and the largest vinyl sales week for a female rap album since 1991. She also retweeted and said Pink Friday 2 remains the biggest opening on global Paylify in sales for a female rapper this decade. She said, "Oh, Barbs, I love you so, ... All I can say is March 27th, 2026, this music is just," and I guess she is trying to tease that basically the music is going to be fire. And that better be the case, okay? I want to hear heat on the first track of the next album. Now, Nicki is very much tuned in to the Ash Miracle show because she tweeted a picture of a camel with Camel Face's face on it and Deseret riding the camel, but then she deleted it. Now, Nicki also said that she got a song on the album called "The Straw That Broke the Camel's Back," but then that tweet got deleted too. So it seems as though she's alluding to doing a diss track towards Camel Face on the album. Let me know how y'all feel about that. Now, fans are calling Ken Barbie a pay mole because if you guys remember, he said, I believe this was on Saturday or Friday, "Baby, they haven't even counted ... Sunday though." Okay, when it was predicted that she was doing 200 to 205,000 first week. And here's my thing. I think that Cardi B thought the $5 foot-long album sales were going to count towards her first week sales for her album, I Am Ugly. She probably thought selling her album for less than $1 million at Burger King was going to increase the sales, but Billboard has a rule in place that you cannot sell your album for less than $7.99 or it will not count towards the charts. Okay? And to be quite honest, I'm kind of wondering, how does an album even count when you're talking about revenue if it's only $5? Like, how does the label get paid? How do the producers and Partisan Fontaine get paid when the album is that cheap? It's like you're basically making no money. Now, Cardi B tries to double back and, pretend like she did not try to surpass Pink Friday 2. She posted this terrible paragraph that she did not write. She said, "Thank you so much, everybody that supported my album. 2 weeks ago, the album was projected to do 115,000 off outside and imaginary faces flopping on the charts. I didn't know what the outcome was going to be because the payola did not come in yet. I didn't put out an album in 7 years and haven't put out as much music in the last year, but we definitely did not surpass the expectations. Thank you to everyone who gave the album a listen, did a video to the song and everything. You don't know the confidence boost you gave me in my music to keep pushing out babies. I can't wait to see you guys on my flop ass tour. Tonight we celebrate. I can't pop champagne, but maybe I can open up some cranberry juice and pop my coochie for somebody else." Mind you, when the numbers came out, her and Botch Face Barbie, Ken Barbie, were basically mute. Okay? Then she also retweeted a fan that used one of Partisan Fontaine's lyrics and said, "Must got a notification and alerts, cause everything I do, a hate and B word, see it first." Okay? And allegedly she is subliminally responding to Nicki Minaj, but she's been very quiet on social media because she lost. Okay, she thought she was going to outsell the queen, but was sadly mistaken. Now, Nicki says somebody's trying to hack her Twitter. She said, "Did someone hack my Twitter? I posted a swivel chair gift or gift and retweeted stats. Love you guys so much. God save the barbs. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and power, against spiritual awakeness in high places. God is in control." So Nicki's trying to say someone is deleting her tweets, but let me know how y'all feel about that. Now, since Nicki Minaj clearly won the war against Cardi B, fans are saying next round will be scratch off, next album versus Megan's Act 3. We coming for that spot, ma. I don't know if that would be fair because I feel like there's never a time where Scratch Off will outsell Megan. I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is really no shade, but I think Scratch Off makes better music than Megan Thee Stallion overall. I'd rather listen to her than Megan Thee Stallion, but I feel as though Megan got Devil Nation behind her. She's not doing 29,000 first week like Scratch Off. There's no way Devil Nation and Warner, who she has a distribution deal through, is going to allow that. Okay? It's never going to happen, because if she start doing that, the Barbs, Nicki Minaj, even Cardi B and Cardi B fans, they would have a field day. Like, she's always going to be in the 60, 50 range, okay, every time she drop. I don't think she'll ever go back to doing 100,000 first week. She only did that for one album, and that was the album she put out after she got shot, which was Bad News. But I don't think she'll ever be able to compete with even like a Doja Cat. I think Doja Cat could do like 70 and 80. She's not doing that much, but she's definitely doing more than Scratch Off and Ice Spice. I think Ice Spice and Scratch Off should be compared. They should be compared instead of Megan and Scratch Off, because it's not fair, because she's always going to outsell Scratch Off because she gets a bigger push. Okay? Realistically, if we being real, it should be Doechii and Megan that we should be comparing, because they both can really spit. I just prefer Doechii and Scratch Off's music more. I even prefer to listen to JT than Megan. I never listen to Megan Stallion. No shade. Ever. But Doechii and Megan, they really need to see who's gonna beat who. Okay, because Megan got 3 Grammys. Doja got one, but Doja next album, her debut album, we got to see if she be able to compete with Act 3, in my opinion. Now, speaking of Megan Thee Stallion, she decided to come out of hiding, okay? And she was on TikTok and she said, "Okay, hotties, my man gone to work now. Y'all ready for me?" Playing Camel Face, what a lot of people are speculating is a sneak diss at Cardi and Nicki Minaj. Because how you pop out after Cardi B's numbers come out? Okay, means you was kind of lurking in the bushes. Like Nicki, it made sense because Cardi B was trying to outsell Pink Friday too. But Cardi B already outsells you. So it seems as though, like I said before, I don't believe Cardi and Megan are friends. They cannot fool me. I think they in secret competition with each other. I think Megan really wants to surpass Cardi B, but she'll never be able to do so. And then the fact that she playing Camel Face lets me know that she also is watching Nicki Minaj. Now, JT was on live listening to Nicki Minaj. She was listening to Barbie Dangerous while cooking. A lot of people feel like that's shade towards Cardi B, and I like JT. I think JT is super talented. I want her to not get into the internet antics because you don't sell. So I want you to focus on getting a hit. I like JT. I think she's super talented. And to be quite honest, I'm still to this day listening to City Cinderella. That mixtape is fine. I'm waiting for her to come back at Cardi B and really diss her, but I don't think she should diss her on social media because it just don't hit the same unless there's bars attached to it, okay? Nicki unfollowed you, okay? She didn't block you, she unfollowed you. Listening to Nicki Minaj, I know you're a fan, and I'm not saying that she can't listen to Nicki Minaj, but using Nicki as a way to diss Cardi B is not going to work because you can't really use somebody else's stats. You got to use your own because you're a rapper. You know, it'd be different if you're an influencer or something like that, but you're a rapper and you rap better than Cardi B. So, you know, trying to clock Cardi by using Nicki Minaj is not going to hit the same because Nicki really don't fuck with you like that, and you can't outsell Cardi B. You need to work on your craft, and I think that she needs to find a hit. Super talented, but we need a hit from you and to diss Cardi B entirely. Do not spare her. Now, Nicki posted some bars. She said, "Got sunned on Sun's Day, and it's Sunday. Birth a ninja. Who wanted was sensei. Retire someday. Only if my sensei. 32726, that's my fun day." Now, it has been announced that due to several artists turning down the Super Bowl, like, Queen Taylor, allegedly Adele, Purdue Chicken, Bad Bunny has been announced as the headliner for next year's Super Bowl. And I know that he's a global superstar. I don't really listen to his music like that, but I'm not really gagging. No shade. I don't really think that this was a smart idea. I get it. Shakira has done it before. She co-headlined with J-Ho. I don't know. I feel like I'm not really gagging over this artist headlining. Okay. And there's really no shade. I just want to ask a question. It's really no shade. When he performs, will we be able to get subtitles? Because from what I know, English is not his first language, and I don't really know any of his songs. So that's like a genuine question. I know Shakira's music. I know Karol G's music. I listen to them, so I wouldn't really need subtitles. But I don't really listen to Bad Bunny. But I don't know if he speaks English, and so I just don't understand why he's headlining. I'm confused. And I get other people turned it down. But here's the thing. I think that this is also to try to piss off the Orange Grinch in the White House. I think that's what they really want. This is going to cause a lot of controversy at the White House. So I think this is why they really did it low key. But anyway, I got some very hot tea on Patreon. The real on Camel Toe losing the casino bid is on Patreon. The real reason why he lost it. And the link will be in the description. I hope you guys have a great day.